but I want you. No, right? Hey, yeah, hey. I'm a fuck up my life. Sorry, not this song. Yeah. My bottle just squirted. Fuck my friends, they're gone. They all left one by one. Fuck, but I don't care. Yeah, all my friends, no fun. I look so good in green. I run. Oh my god, such a banger. Anyway, you want a banger? You want a hit? Or do you want both? Welcome to the fucking Joji Glaze show, bitch. I don't want a friend. You done made up your mind. I don't need no more signs. Can you give me reasons we should be complete? Tell me like I was someone else. I don't wanna slow down in the dark. Wow. Last one to pass. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another 2020 listen, or at least another retrospective listen. Very somewhat topical re-listen here in current times as of this recording, because this guy we're looking at, Joji, as you can tell from the intro, has an album coming out on right here. That is definitely not Joji, or a very altered version of his face, but new album, Piss in the Wind, out February 6th. Of course, that is of next year in 26. We're going to be looking still at an album that released 5 years ago as of recording in 2025. The album known as Nectar. Oh man, okay. So, Joji. A guy that I've known of for many moons and many years. As we all might already know, he was, of course, the very infamous and dearly missed Filthy Frank. Then he quit doing that kind of content to focus on his health and focus on his music. That's when we get stuff like In Tongues. Technically, In Tongues was still, yeah, sure, like In Tongues or Ballads 1, which we just listened to a couple of tracks here and there. And with the huge single Slow Dancing in the Dark, what a way to kickstart your focus into the music world, huh? That was everywhere. I bumped that shit like religiously back in 2018. Of course, I wasn't really able to bump the album fully front to back because I was broke and I didn't know how to use Spotify. Yeah, I did not have Spotify Premium, so it was hard to listen to the album front to back. Maybe I should do that sometime soon, considering that it's been a while. And an album that I did have a few listens front to back was this album Nectar, because I was able to have Spotify Premium, finally be able to listen, uninterrupted all the way through. Yeah, pandemic times were a fun time. I think the memory that comes close to mind is listening to this album all the way through while trying to do my little at-home workouts. What a fun time. So yeah, there's Ballads 1, there's Nectar here, and if you want to count it, Smithereens, but honestly, it was so short and so fleeting that I don't really like counting it as something, just because there's just so little on here. It's like, I don't know. Of course, there's some good stuff on here, like Glimpse of Us and Die For You, but like, it's very fleeting, very transitional, I feel like, considering that he had some sort of falling out with 88 Rising. And this new album, Piss in the Wind, is going to be his first out of the whole label, out of the whole hoopla they've had. But the album before Smithereens, Nectar, I pretty much enjoyed. There's a lot of good tracks on here and a lot of very, very memorable tracks. Songs like Run, Sanctuary, I played religiously in the summer of 2019 because that's when it released as a single. And there's still a lot of other great fun tracks that either will come back to me once I listen to it, or I haven't really listened to all that much, just because You know, Joji's been pretty silent in recent years until recently, so I mean, what a fun time to check it out once again. Be reunited with this guy for, you know, for 5 years or so. If there's anything you can say about Joji, he can make a hit. He has so many of them at this point. Jesus Christ, Pixelated Kisses already has 70 million streams. He just knows how to make a single, dude. It's crazy. It really is. He's just so good at making the melodic ballad sad song. But once we get into Nectar, you'll find a bit of, you know, jumpy songs, I guess. Also, I'll mention this too. I'm going to see Richbrian in a few weeks. Richbrian is not on this album, but I just wanted to mention it because, you know, the whole 88 Rising stuff. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for Richbrian. I listened to his album that released this year. It was pretty good. So shout out to Richbrian, and I can't wait to see you in a few weeks.
Everybody drop!
Unfortunately, you're not on this album, so that will be probably the last time I mention you. I guess we'll see. We'll get with our formalities, and we'll see what Genius has to say. Nectar is Joji's second studio album, following his debut record Ballads 1, released in October 2018. After initially announcing a July 2020 release date, Joji postponed the album to September 25th, 2020, in response to the COVID-19 pandemic and the Black Lives Matter protests. Oh, he has a tweet about it, huh? Unfortunately, we have to postpone the release of Nectar due to the pandemic. It has affected the whole process for the last 3 to 4 months and forced me to push the date to September 25th. Per the course of 2020, the album boasts a variety of featured singers, rappers, and producers, including Diplo, Omar Apollo, Lil Yachty, who I've seen live, Ray Brown, who I'm pretty sure I also seen live with Keshi, Benny, and Ease Tudor. The first single from the record, Sanctuary, was released in June 14th, 2019. Oh my god, I remember that. I remember that vividly. The record's second single, Run, released on February 7th, 2020. Also remember very vividly. The third single, Gimme Love, was released on April 16th, 2020. Very vividly, along with the announcement of the title of the album and that it was originally intended to be released on July 10, 2020. Fourth single collaboration with Diplo called Daylight was released on August 6, 2020. That one I don't really have too much fond memories on, just because around this time the pandemic was in full swing and like it's really hard to do a lot of things back then, but anyway, the album takes a sonically different approach from Ballads 1, with a sound that's less focused on Joji's typical melancholy lo-fi sound. Instead, the album takes a mix of many retro elements and lo-fi instrumentation from old Joji projects. There's a lot of tracks here and almost an hour of material, so let's get into it. Can't you see? Look at him. Look at that lovely face. Look at that very lovely whole lot of red. Yeah, he's just staring to you, so just look at him. Just look at him. Alright, anyway, Nectar, Joji, September 25th, 2020, 18 songs, 53 minutes, 14 seconds, track number 1, Ew. I have listened to this very recently, because I saw this on a Chainsaw Man shitpost. I fucking love the Chainsaw Man movie. But it's lovely, I believe in anything. There's loving for the end. To be warm in the summer, who knows? Ready? Ready? Ooh, teach me to love, just to let me can't believe that I'm not enough. And so, ooh, no one will be here. Let you know this is your world. Oh, good night. I don't mind. Ooh, teach me to love, just to let me go. And no one will be here to let you know. Yeah, I mean, what a way to start us off, right? With this crazy vocal performance by Joji. Joji knows how to get up there in his vocal range. You'll see some more of that later on, but holy. Very slow, somewhat grand way to open our album, huh? Oh, and the little violins, huh? Holy, I'm going to strain my voice by the end of this recording if I keep trying to sing like him. Anyway. Ew. Oh, jeez. The opening track to Nectar sings of past relationships and how Joji wants to find someone in love who can stay with him forever, instead of constantly leaving and causing heartbreak. Yeah, this will be a very reoccurring theme that comes up in Joji's music. Like, not even just in this album, it's just like, in general. Like, this is a very common thing you'll see within Joji's music. Just look at the hits. Still Dancing in the Dark, Glimpse of Us, Gimme Love, Past Won't Leave My Bed. All of this stuff pretty much revolves around relationship problems, love problems, heartbreak, all that kind of stuff. And that's fine. The way he can talk about that a lot, but if he exudes it in different ways that are still very appealing, then hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? But yes, this is definitely a type of messaging and lyrics that you'll most likely find in a Joji project. And here's your first example. But yeah, very grand, very high-pitched in his vocal range, and very, very cool way to start us off. Next track though, Modus. Forgot to add that song. Hold up. I made these playlists after Joji, so slow it down, need control, need it now. I need to die. I am machine. I am machine. I am machine. Oh. Reanimator. Oh, sorry. Oh, don't worry. Everything will get delayed in 2020. It's the hardest part. We try. And they say they're satisfied. They're like, see, the treasure is in the blue. We try. Yeah, our little, our dreamy piano song with our little trap beats, but no auto-tune, baby. No fucking auto-tune. Yeah, and he seems to be very, you can kind of tell, it feels like he's kind of critical of either it be himself or the people who are trying to mold his career trajectory in a way that he doesn't see fit, or being controlled in a way, I guess. When they say they're satisfied, they're lying. They're lying. When the fans of Joji say they're satisfied with his new music, Joji thinks they're lying. His legacy influences the satisfaction, but deep down, they're not really satisfied by the programming of him in the music industry, okay? See, also could come into his, self-critical type of thinking, but here's what Genius could say. Joji describes the pressures of the music industry as they try to mold him into a pop star. He feels tied down by those that he describes as being his programmers. The word modus might be a play to the Latin phrase modus vivendi, meaning an arrangement allowing people or groups of people who have different opinions or beliefs to work or live together. I don't feel the way they programmed me to feel today. Joji knows that he is capable of achieving complete artistic freedom and strives to make music that he can feel completely proud of. I wonder how much of the 88 Rising label had to do with this song, and how far their possible problems may have been. Because this is from 2020, by the way, and if you were into that 88 Rising sphere or that record label, you knew that Joji was pretty much the face of it for the longest of time before his eventual split from the label. And I'm assuming Brian, there we go, we mentioned him again, I'm assuming he's kind of taken the lead role of the label now, considering that he's on their Instagram profile picture and all of that. But then again, he just released the album, so I'm not sure. So yeah, it gives a little bit of insight as to what possibly could have been underlying with Joji and his former label, now former label. So yeah, it's very fun, or it's very, very interesting stuff. This could also be a reference to the more common Latin phrase modus operandi, meaning the way things are done. He could be saying that standard practice for the music industry is draining on him as a creator. Yeah, Joji would be the kind of person to have that feeling. Very honest man. This is where my career is at the moment, kind of messaging, but we know he is still kicking strong, and good for him. All right, next track though, TikTok. Fucking love TikTok.
Yeah.
And we're going lower because we're now going lower.
I'ma grab your wrist, lock it down. Please God.
As time keeps slipping away, you and I, we are one and the same. I start feeling away, thinking pain, loving it. Stay with me now so I can feel some. I wish you I've been on the road and I'm stuck. Girl, don't start feeling away, loving your pain.
You and me, quite alike. Yep, another relationship track. Very moody track. And Joji can go low. He's not just a high voiced guy. And oh nice. Next track, Daylight, featuring Diplo. Yeah, but that was an okay one.
I see you. It's
Zero.
on his heaven.
Okay.
Hero, hell, right up and down. I don't wanna be on that midnight. I don't care who fucked up.
With a what head?
Backyard patio.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
FM radio.
Yo, Vince Staples reference? Yeah.
But I don't really wanna fight the daylight. Moved on.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fucking shit. Okay, hold up. Yeah, so the final single from the album Rolla until we eventually got the album, and yeah, another one where it's seems like very post breakup realization, trying to move on, having fun. Sounds like you're trying to have fun, but it's a cool little pop tune from the man himself. Joji's finally moved on from tragic heartbreak, made peace with the past and his wrongdoings. He no longer wants to fight the daylight, but rather enjoy what life has to offer. Marks the first collaboration between Joji and DJ Diplo. This line over here makes a reference to his 2018 breakthrough single, Yeah Right, which has a similar lyric on how his lover does not care about him. Yeah, I bet you won't try, but I don't mind. Yeah, you bet I know that. Shane, never give a single fuck about me. Joji explains in his Genius Verified video on how the line relates to himself. You definitely know when someone doesn't give a fuck about you when they're not checking you at all. I would say they don't give a fuck when they become indifferent. True! If you still cared, you probably would be just saying how they are periodically, but if you truly do not give a single shit, you literally just aren't thinking about them at all. If they even come up, you just go okay. That's pretty much how it goes. But yeah, unfortunately, the single doesn't really have any strong attachment to me as much as the other singles that would come through as the album goes on. But if you like this style a little bit, a little bit more towards the poppier side of Joji's aesthetic and music output, then yeah, go for it. Unfortunately, not my favorite single from the rollout. But anyway, next track, Upgrade. These pianos though, very lush. Yeah, that's a word. Very sweet, like nectar. Booyah! Guess I'm flying international. Isn't this the song that was at the end of the Gimme Love video? So professional. No. Did he have a music video for this? I swear it was mentioned somewhere. We never make sense, dude. Keep it optional. Let's go, Joji harmonies. Alright, here comes the next fucking track. A fucking banger. Track 6, Give Me Love. That freaking drum at the beginning. Are you fucking ready? This is a fucking pandemic banger, right guys? Watch this. Gimme love, gimme love, gimme love when I'm gone. Ooh, gimme love, gimme love when I'm gone. Swing around front, let me inside, playing my song to get out those pictures so clear. People don't feel, these people don't feel me this still. Won't you give me love, give me love when I'm gone. Give me love when I'm gone. Ready, here comes the switch.
Turn black and gray.
As they go. God, shit. Will you keep up with me? Looking for someone to hold to. God. God, it's been so long since I've heard you. Still as beautiful as the day I first met you. This song gives me all types of love. Yeah, what a freaking track. It's very simple, especially when it comes to the chorus, but it's so good. It's so addictive. It's so fun. Of course, you know, with the way Joji's talking, it does not seem fun. As you can see from Genius over here, you know, or well, as you can see from the lyrics, is like, you know, look into your heart and let me know, do things turn black and gray as they go? Everyone's looking for someone to hold, but I can't let you go. Yeah, it's, you think it's a love song, but seems to be very kind of regretful in a way. Genius over here says yearnful, which is a good term. Good term. Gimme Love is the third single from Joji's second studio album, Nectar. The song is a love ballad from Joji, with him beckoning for affection from his lover, citing the pain it causes him when they don't do so. Okay, never mind. I meant beckoning for affection. I don't know why I said yearnful. Genius, that was my word. Sorry. The track starts with a darker, lo-fi electronic instrumental that Joji is known for, featuring fast, clapping snares and droning synthesizers in the background. However, the upbeat acoustic ending of the song is a stark difference from the darker vibes of Joji's previous work. You know, describing the beginning as dark and the second half as brighter, I really thought it was the other way around, because like the way it exudes on the chorus is just so upbeat and very friendly, and it's like the second part is just so grand and slower. It's like it feels like a very come down meltdown moment, but the fact that Genius over here says that it's the opposite, very interesting stuff. But yeah, it's a very contrast halves from the song for sure. The song title first surfaced when a fan noticed backstage a media casting site recruiting actors for a project listed as Gimme Love music video on March 6, 2020. The listing was quickly taken down from the site once fans got a hold of the information it contained. A month later, an upcoming single from Joji was teased by his label on April 12, 2020, with more audio and video teasers on the following days. Joji finally announced the title of the track on April 15, 2020, a day before its release. Yeah. See, I mean, look at this. It's so condensed lyrically wise. It's the chorus, verse, chorus, outro. I mean, yeah. If there's anything Joji knows how to make, it's shorter songs. Remember those times I fought to get out. Joji tries to make them remember the times he fought to get out of the relationship. Yep. We still want to be loved even at our lowest. We might isolate from one's partner even though one truly wishes to have their love and affection. However, just because the relationship has ended doesn't mean the love we have for each other is gone. In an interview, Joji also breaks down the meaning of the outro. The narrator is expecting a lover and or recipient to forget about them and further wash them down the streams of memories, which they will inevitably forget as time goes by. Damn. People's faces get harder to imagine and voice recollections get skewed with time. Damn. The narrator, despite acknowledging the cons of time, promises that on their end at least they will never forget. Wow, what a very thoughtful explanation there. That's just the downside of time, you know, especially if it's people that you haven't seen in a while or won't see in a while. It's just reality of aging and all that kinds of sappy shit. What a fun track, what a very grand second half, and what a very fun single that I remember quite fondly. And another track that I remember quite fondly is another single, Run, track 7. I remember I learned this riff like in high school, and I thought it was so cool. I tasted your skin. Oh, this is tragic. At least I found the end. Shed light on my sin. If we share in this sadness, I know you're not alone. You used to be, 'cause I'm not the one. So you just run in this misery. 'Cause I'm not, so I'll just run. Bum 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 bum.
You made
And if I took on the planet,
was a mystery. Travel
the country, just to, I know you're not in love. Think so, you just run. I know that I'm stuck. Is this a solo? Yeah! Come on! The country. Listen to that fucking solo. Just to get to you. I know you're not in love. What a fucking track, dude. Fuck, that's so good. Oh my god. One of the tracks I played religiously in the lead up to this album. I remember I tried to learn the intro riff at the beginning. I think I got it, but like I really haven't dug deep into the song in so long, so I probably forgot it. And I remember I wanted to learn the solo because the solo is fucking insane, and I never expected it on a fucking Joji track. But when I first heard it, I was like blown away. Sure, you probably heard more complex or crazier solos, but this is Joji we're talking about. When the fuck you ever hear a guitar solo on a Joji song at this point? Or, you know, ever besides this track. So it's like, holy fuck, we just heard like a rock ballad technically from Joji in the lead up to this album. I was like, holy as you'll see at the album, we did not get like this a lot throughout the album, but the fact that we got it on a track like this, and it's like it holds near and dear to my heart just because it's like very unique in a way in Joji's discography, because you really don't hear a song like this super often, if ever, besides Run. And yeah, holy. Run is the second single released by Joji after his debut album Ballads 1, and is the second single off of his sophomore studio album Nectar. Like the rest of Joji's discography, the lyrical content of Run has a distinct melancholy tone. The track features Joji in disarray over his feelings for someone who is now in a new relationship. He feels as if he has no choice but to just run from his feelings, which is represented in the track's accompanying music video, which was unveiled 10 hours after the song's release on February 6, 2020. It's a really fun music video, by the way. Or well, I say fun, but like none of this exudes the tone or the word fun, but it was great listening to. Joji consistently uses sad themes in his music, true, best exemplified by his debut album Ballads 1. This song serves perhaps as a change of pace for Joji, as the prestigious producer Justin Parker, known for working with the likes of Rihanna and Lana Del Rey, is enlisted to collaborate with him for the first time. The track was teased on January 27th with a tweet from Joji featuring a short video of lava flowing. The line, "I fell for your magic, I tasted your skin," suggests that the singer was initially drawn to the other person and was fascinated by their charm and allure. However, the line, "And though this is tragic, at least I found the end," suggests that the relationship ended in a negative way, but at least it has come to a definite conclusion. The following line, "I witnessed your madness, you shed light on my sins," indicates that the relationship was not easy, and that both parties may have had flaws or issues that were brought to light during the relationship. The final line, "And if we share in the sadness, then where have you been?" suggests that the singer is questioning whether the other person has also experienced sadness and loss as a result of the relationship, and maybe feeling a sense of isolation or loneliness. Overall, these lyrics express the complexity and emotional intensity of a past relationship that has come to an end, with themes of attraction, transformation, sadness, and questioning. Yeah, per the course of a Joji song. Very quintessential stuff that involves the man himself when it comes to his songwriting. And it's very, it's very grounded. It's very relatable. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have something from this song that they can relate to tenfold. But yeah, holy. Just another great Joji track. We haven't gotten to it yet, but after I hear it, we'll maybe have a definite answer. But from what I can recall, this was my favorite single from the entire album. Yeah, just goes to show you how. Oh, and it's next. Listen, the single we're gonna talk about is next. But yeah, very great single. Love it. Next track, the first single from this album, Sanctuary. How fun. Go ahead and bark after dark all away. Tell halls, neon walls when you lay alone. I wanted to feel if you've been waiting for falling in love, but an angel ain't what I need. Fun, you're the sanctuary. What I want, sincerity. Souls that dream alone lie within so real. If you've been waiting for falling in love, then aiming for heaven above. Oh, so close, 'cause you're long our lives will be. Falling in love, baby, you don't know. Holy God, what a what a run, huh? What a run. Of course it's the singles, but man, what a run. Like, those 3 singles are super strong. Super strong for me. You know, you could also say, you know, Daylight too, if you think so, but man, these 3 tracks just, oh my God, they just hit so well for me. I know I might have a lot of bias towards it because I do love Joji. I've been liking him since the Filthy Frank days because I've always wanted him to succeed, especially transitioning from degenerate content creator to R&B melodic singer songwriter, and all of them sound pretty good. And I'm like, shit, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. But yeah, holy, listening to this, it was like the summer of 2019. Holy, this was on repeat, dude. This was on fucking repeat. Do I have the 2019 best? Because you know how Spotify has your like best of playlists. What the fuck is this? Your top songs 2019. Look at that. Look at that. Sanctuary. I'm telling you, this was the song that was playing very much throughout the year, and it came out in the summer, like halfway through the year technically, and yeah, it was on repeat. Wow, Watch Out, Death of a Bachelor, Killing Queen, Radio Gaga. Holy, Bohemian Rhapsody came out that year. This seems about right. Yep, you see all the Fall Out Boy, all the Panic at the... Yeah, I did not branch out a lot during these times, okay? So you can see a lot of repeats. lot of repeats. So I branched out recently in recent years, so it is what it is. But yeah, this is a song that I was pretty much hooked on ever since it came out. Unfortunately, it would get overtaken by Run, but hey, I didn't know any better. I did not know any better. Sanctuary is the first single released by Joji following the release of Joji's debut album, Ballads 1. The word sanctuary refers to a safe place in a literal sense, but here Joji is calling his lover the Sanctuary. Sanctuary is a ballad song that features Joji's melodic, high-pitched voice. Very true. The song depicts Joji's emotions to a potential lover. The music video and cover artwork both interpolate imagery similar to the TV and movie series Star Trek. Yep. If you don't know the music video, he is pretty much in space and being his all sad self, because he just wants a sanctuary, man. He wants a sanctuary. He wants his lover, per the chorus, and it's still fucking peak. Still good. Still very good. All right, just reached the. Actually, no, I don't think we've reached the halfway point yet. We're about to reach the halfway point because this is track 9 out of 18, which is High Hopes, featuring Omar Apollo. Speaking of Panic at the Disco. Oh fuck, I forgot to add it. I'm tripping, guys. I'm losing myself. Got to have high hopes for a living. God, I fucking hate that song. God damn it. Why'd I like that song at the beginning?
Do you feel it? A little bit of this and a little bit of that, little bit
Whoa.
Don't get rid of me.
Hey.
Feeling high. Talk like I don't really mean it.
Hey.
Brand new whip, sound like Cheerio. Break me stereo.
Hey. See you again.
I don't think you good again. I hope you coming back. Got it.
Yeah, very laid back collaboration between the two. This is not the first song of Joji's that what am I trying to say? This is not the first song of Joji's where he has the title of another song, identical song title too, because if you know, on Ballads 1 he also has a song called R.I.P. If you know anything that also released in 2018, you can definitely tell that is a Playboi Carti reference. I don't think Joji intended that, but also that song features Trippie Redd, so it's very funny considering what the scene was like at the time. But yeah, that song is definitely not the Dilate Rager that you probably know of from Playboi Carti, but still a song. And let's just say this High Hopes is better than the other one that I know of from our good friends Panic at the Disco. I don't know if I want to say good friends, but anyway. Next track though, Nitrous. This was a pretty fun one. Oh, understand. Girl, I'm out of sight. I don't notice it. And the love make me wanna, and the main want me wanna blink, blink. Hey, 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 hey. Fighting to blood in my deep face. Blood Devil? Driving 80 miles. Do not even front me at the surface. Love me like it's lost. Oh, Clams Casino produced this. Shout out to Clams. And also this Rajet guy. Yeah, no wonder why it does kind of sound like Can't Get Over You now that I've looked into it. Huh. Yeah, very short. Well, yeah, a lot of the Joji tracks are short, but very fun, upbeat, up-tempo track in comparison to a lot of the other stuff here. So it's a nice little break from what we've been hearing, but a very fun one, very fun one. Anyway, next track, Pretty Boy, featuring Lil Yachty. I do not remember this song that much, so let's see how it goes. I can't believe we got Lil Yachty on a track, though.
I'm a pretty boy living on the west side.
Hey. Hello? There's a little guitar in the back there. Hey. Hey. Hey.
Looking in a mirror, looking good should be a crime.
Okay, Yachty.
My real thoughts you'll never know. Not worry about time. Just on the net. I don't lead. Where will they go?
You can never hear me cry. Yeah, okay. Very keep it a little bit with the upbeat side of things. Very, do you want to call it a trap? It feels like a melodic trap song. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Especially with Yachty's like little auto-tune verse and keeping up with Joji's like melodic flow. It's a very interesting one. If you like Joji and if you very much like Lil Yachty, I'm sure this is a very cool track for you. A very, a track you really wouldn't think of happening, but yeah, it's there. It's just there. It's just a point in time where you're just like, holy shit. Here's another one. If we're gonna bring him up again, richbrian. Remember on Shang-Chi, the soundtrack? Pretty good soundtrack, by the way. He has a song with 21 Savage. Oh, and he also has a song with Playboi Carti. I'm telling you, 88 Rising had some motion. 88 Rising had some fucking motion. Pretty Boy is a contradictory track from Joji and Atlanta rap star Lil Yachty, pitting their confident exteriors against their coping mechanisms and internal strife that they hide from the public. Joji confirmed its placement on Nectar with the reveal of the album tracklist, also unveiling Lil Yachty's feature on the track. A complete music video was also released alongside the album, How long have Joji and Lil Yachty known each other for? At least since 2017 when the two interviewed each other for a video on the 88 Rising YouTube channel. Holy, an 8-minute video?
Dude, it's fucking hot in here. Let me just establish that so it doesn't look like I'm just sweating balls for no reason.
Yeah, because your face is going crazy.
I know. But what about the strip club?
Okay, what a way to start us off. Yeah, you can look at that later. You know, it's a little calm, little 8-minute track. Wow. There's also a video of Cardi trying Ramune. I think it was Ramune for the first time on this channel. They were doing a lot of stuff back in the day. Holy 2010s 88 Rising, dude. But also it also brings up a like question about like Joji going in a more rap direction, because we all know he's definitely had a bunch of tracks where he's rapping, you know, being a little spiritual, lyrical, miracle individual. But it's like, I wonder how he'd pan out in that sort of, like, if he went pretty hard on that direction, because obviously you know him for his melodic stuff, his R&B stuff, his lo-fi stuff, but like there's like some instances of him going harder and more in a rap direction, and it's like I'm just more interested to see what he does in that lane. It's just because we've seen teases of it, we've seen glimpses we've seen glimpses of it, but it's like we haven't seen him go like full-fledged into it. And if he's more accustomed, and if he feels like his strong suit is the lane he's already paved, then, you know, good for him. All I'm saying is that it would just be very interesting to see him take that sort of direction rather than the melodic one he's known for. But either one will probably work for me as a Joji Glazer. Next track though, Normal People featuring Ray Brown. Back-to-back people I've seen live. I need to see Joji live. That's the real one.
He's dancing in your past, so tell me if I'm mad.
Jesus Christ, that bass! What the fuck? Did Ray perform this track when he came down here with Keshi?
We can pretend we're boring people, and I can repeat the new planet.
Where's the set list? It's in December, right? 22. Okay, they don't have a set list here. Shit. Well, why do I feel like he did play this? I don't remember though. I really don't. I'm sorry, Ray Brown. Okay, your typical Joji track with another feature and a freaking crazy bass in the background. Hey, we take those. Of course, your typical relationship woes and all that stuff, all wrapped in your little piano chords, your little piano medleys. Let's see what else we got for us. Track 13, Afterthought with Benny. Is it Benny? I have no idea. Anyway. It never hurts, dude. Hello.
It's been a year, been a couple days now. I need you, wish you we could sit down, 'cause I'm so
lost in this paradise.
about you.
Okay.
Forget about you.
Yeah, another Joji breakup track, another Joji relationship track, but it does add a little bit of another different layer, another different lens with the addition of Ben. I'm gonna call you Benny. I'm sorry if that's not how you pronounce it. I know you're New Zealand, it says here, but if it's not Benny, I apologize. But it adds another layer about it because it gives a little bit of like a response to what Joji's already been saying, or especially in the context of this song. And especially it comes off as a like, even though we are done, technically, I still have you in my thoughts. I still see you as someone I care for. If anything in life gets hard on you, I will be there for you still, even though we are not officially partners anymore, or we've been through that quite a bit. I guess it's a very healing type of track where it sounds like you guys are trying to still be on good terms, even after the relationship, which is very commendable to do, because not a lot of times when you go through a relationship you stay in contact with your ex. But you know, it's a lot of fortitude, it's a lot of strength to have that. I don't know, I'm not a relationship expert here, I'm not a fucking psychiatrist, I'm not a psychology major. This is what I'm trying to think about when I hear music and these lyrics. But yeah, the the male female response type of thing, it kind of reminds me of that one Steve Lacy song, Sunshine, off of his 2022 record. By the way, a really good track, a really good album, by the way. We need another Steve Lacy track, need another internet album or whatever. But yeah, it does remind me of that, but this came before the Steve Lacy album, so. But that's just the vibe I'm getting a lot with the whole, like, Joji comes in and then, like, our female counterpart also has stuff to say. There's probably a bunch of other examples that you could think of, but that's the one that first came to mind. But yes, shout out to Steve Lacy. Listen to Gemini Rights again, dude. That one slaps. All right. Anyway, next track, Mr. Hollywood, track 14. 14 out of 18. Four more tracks to go. I remember listening to this one a lot too. Mr. Hollywood, come back soon. Mr. Hollywood, would you come back? She said, Mr. Hollywood, come back soon.
She said,
by your side, we don't gotta love each other through the night. See, now we kind of get into a phase where it's like we can still be there for each other even after our after our flaws. Rules I know, I'm certain things to guide me through the end of the world. I'm gone. Don't tell me I'm gone. Come back soon. Hey, Hollywood, won't you come? I just wanna lay right by your side. We just gotta make it through. Give me all your clues and make the end of the world. Here comes the little chipmunk vocals. All right, yeah. Another one of those tracks where Joji's really reaching up there, and he seems to stick the landing a lot. And, like, holy, he's very good at consistently giving us his falsetto. I'm pretty sure it's falsetto voice, but like the very high part of his register, and it's very impressive. It's a part of his sound at this point, like those high pitched vocals, but like also the grand chorus balladry, also becoming a very staple part of his sound. I think it works here, and I think it works on a lot of the tracks on this album, as you can probably see later on. But another good Joji track. In the quintessential love song, Mr. Hollywood, Joji describes how despite his stardom, he doesn't lose sight of what's important and keeps himself grounded. The song seemingly connects to his current state after the success of Slow Dancing in the Dark, and constantly calls him Mr. Hollywood after he rose in fame and fortune. But Joji sees past this and promises that he will be there no matter how prominent he might become. After Slow Dancing in the Dark was a huge fucking track, and it's like Joji has had his wait, Kenny Beats was a producer here? Wow. Okay, I did not notice that. I did not know that, but yeah, Joji has had his fair share of viral moments, right? I mean, if we all remember, he started the Harlem Shake. Yeah, very fun times. Then again, like, I guess YouTube sensation fame is way different than mainstream music attention, of course. So it's like, I'm assuming with a hit like that going super crazy, it's like, I'm assuming it'd be drawing for anyone, especially for, like, I guess a first time situation, because I think that's probably Joji's biggest song ever since he started taking this like super seriously. And you know, it can be pretty jarring, pretty concerning, because like you don't really know where your life goes after something like that. As we can tell from Joji, he seems to be making a killing in the music industry still, and good for him. But when that stuff happens for the first time, you truly never know what happens like after that wave. You know, is this the peak forever, or will it keep going up? So it's just stuff to think about when it comes to virality and stuff like that. But it seems like Joji is able to keep himself from either letting the fame take control of him too much, or letting it crush him under pressure and all kinds of stuff like that. And good for him. Lots of strength to do that. All right, next track. Oh, another good track. 777. This is a more upbeat one, for sure. We were never the same. Are you out of your mind? Bum, 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 bum. Are you leaving right now?
When I pretend that I'm your boy, are you lonely? Blame it on me, you can blame it on me. 200 on the dashboard.
Even if it is a crash course.
I just wanna go faster.
What?
It's heavy metal.
All I hear is heavy metal. On my shirt, dripping tears on my shirt. 777. You know how to act now, yeah.
Told you that I'm leaving now.
Super speeding. Are you leaving right now? I'll pour some drinks so that annoy me. Are you lonely? Ooh, drive fast like 200 on the dashboard. Ooh. This probably would be a very fun late night drive song, so I'll just add it just for that. Yeah, another track that I do remember listening to a lot back in the day is just, you know, this is just a very fun late night drive type of song. And another one of those upbeat tracks where it seems fun. I mean, gambling, who doesn't like gambling, am I right, guys? Anyway, yeah, it feels like a very, some sort of slight fling kind of song, love song kind of thing. Yeah, it seems like they just want a very fast little thing, nothing too serious, nothing too crazy. Let's have some love and we'll be on our way kind of thing. Very, you know, fun pop song. And you know how I mentioned that he has a couple of songs where the title is pretty much identical to another popular artist? This one is also true, but someone is doing it to Joji. Probably unintentionally, because, you know, why? I don't know. But Silk Sonic, Lovely, Anderson .Paak, and Bruno Mars has a song called 777 on their one and only album, and both of these songs are bangers. I think I'll give it to the Silk Sonic song just because I fucking love Silk Sonic's album and I wish they did more. But anyway, yeah, apples to oranges though. The only thing they have in common is the track title, so that's just fun little trivia and fun little song. Let's see what's next. Track 16, Reanimator, featuring Eve's Tumor. Beat is very sinister. Probably one of the most sinister beats I've heard on this album so far. Yeah, I mean, there's also Run, but anyway. What the fuck? Pixelated kids. Sorry. New album Pissed in the Wind out February 6th.
The sun is not the brightest thing, even though it burns.
Okay, hold up. Is this Eve's? Is your last name really Tumor? Or am I like... sorry, I'm sorry. What the fuck? Verses are very short, but holy, is that beat kind of cool. Okay, let's see how these last couple of tracks do for us. How's this transition into the second to last track? There we go, second to last track, Like You Do. Yeah, it says it's kind of more like an interlude for that track, but man, the instrumental was pretty cool.
Don't wanna complicate the rhythm that painless, bittersweet lullabies. Lost in the blue, you do without you. They don't matter.
Okay, nice little chord there.
No one loves me like you. All the gloomy days on this whole planet.
Oh, okay.
You love me like you do.
Ooh.
I can't lose.
Man, it's just fuck everyone else, dude. I don't care about anything else besides us. That is locked in love. Here comes that high-pitched Joji voice.
You're all that I see.
Oh yeah, he's mentioned Blue Butter. By the way, we should put your fucking music back on Instagram stories. What the fuck, dude? What are we doing? Ooh, what a yearnful piano ballad here. That piano is taking the forefront of this track. Yeah, duh. Alright, let's see how this last track goes. Track 18 out of 18. Your Man. Look at our dancer over here.
We should go again. Over, baby.
Okay.
Your man.
Oh, me? Mine?
Don't be down when it's over.
Oh man. Hey, 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 hey.
Yeah, man. Don't be down. Have you ever loved? We should go again.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, man.
And that's it. That's technically the end of Nectar by Joji. But for this track, it's very different sound than what we've been hearing on this album. The whole dance, the like dance electronic type of beat going on here, and yeah. But the lyrics, though, pretty much paint a good close for the album in a way, because realistically, this whole album was basically about relationships and love. That's Joji's bread and butter at this point, if you haven't noticed. But it's like reassuring this new relationship that he's in, trying to say that whatever past relationship you had, whatever past relationship I may have had, like, we can do this. We can whatever horrid, flawed out relationship you've had, I hope you can let it go, and I hope you'll be able to open yourself up again into another relationship to where we can, you know, both flourish together. Because we have a lot of episodes throughout this album of Joji also being heartbroken and being in, you know, a yearnful relationship for his exes or whatnot. But this time it's more like Joji's taking the course. He's taking the lead here. He's the one being like, it seems like I had my fair share of heartbreak. You seem to be very broken right now, but hey, we can do this. We can be in a hopefully theoretically healthy relationship. And yeah, I'm ready when you are, man. When you think about it, and then you think of a song like "Glimpse of Us," which I'm pretty sure is the first song he released in conjunction to Smithereens. It's like, oh wow, this song kind of gets more saddening the more you lean into the fact that this could connect to "Glimpse of Us," because it's a story about like him being in a very good relationship, but he still thinks about his ex or his past lover, and it's like, wow, it's a very it's a very powerful track. But another good fuck ass ballad single from Joji. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Smithereens. But Your Man, described as a pulsing ode to eyes closed for on the floor escapism, okay, serves as the closing track for Nectar and sees Joji comfort his crush after an initial breakup between her and her previous lover. What is the music video trying to express? The space theme from previous singles videos continues. The opening finds a red light shooting across the sky that focus onto a seemingly alien inside a spacesuit. In the last minute of daylight music video, Joji is stranded on an inhabited planet after the rebellious launch. This video might have provided leads to what happened afterwards. An alien stole Joji's spaceship and flew back to the Earth. While adapting to the environment, he endeavors a journey to discover what's left behind and has unexpectedly notified his companions, as seen in the last scene of the video. Holy, yeah, there's a bunch of lore coming from his music videos, which is cool. Very, very simplistic way of going with this last track, but it's a little fun, danceable tune if you like that. But with that being said, that was Nectar by Joji. Holy, and wow. I really loved going back to this album after so long, because it's been so long since I've really dove into Joji, since, you know, Smithereens was released like 3 years ago at this point, and even still, my music taste has like changed drastically since then. But I can always find a home when it comes to like Joji, richbrian, that whole 88 Rising group, because the early days were really fun. And really full of potential. This album also is very full of potential, and I feel like potential that was pretty much met. As you can see, there's a lot of tracks here that I really do like, but I guess if you would have some sort of gripes with this album, it could feel very, I don't want to say one-dimensional, but like the topics discussed here are very much the same or very similar, because Joji's go-to will always be talking about relationships and love, and I guess that's something he's just very well diverse in, well experienced in, where he can just share his experiences in many different ways. And you know, I can't believe I'm gonna have to mention them here, even though I technically already did, but Weezer, Rivers Cuomo is also another guy. You can see that he talks about love a lot in his music. And it's like, of course, maybe if you talk about it a lot, it can get a little bit one-dimensional, a little bit one note, but like I said, I've said this multiple times in trying to defend that sort of argument, is like, love is such a complex and layered emotion where it's like, you can really come at multiple different angles on how to express it. Of course, you know, we're not short on any love songs in the year of our Lord 2025, but there is just so many ways you can go about it. Either this way with Joji, with like your flawed relationships, or, you know, trying to comfort each other in the fallout of other bad relationships or whatnot. And it's like, yeah, there's multiple ways to express love. And that's why we keep getting love songs. Sometimes they might not be good love songs, but there's a lot of them. There's a lot of love songs. And Joji, I feel like, is one that does it pretty well, and I guess also exudes it pretty well with, you know, helping it, pretty much upgrading it from just another love song into something that makes it very unique for him. You know, whether it be the grandness of his choruses or the grandness of his high pitch voice. There's stuff like that that really helps make these tracks very memorable for me. But remember, this also comes from a long time Frank fan, Joji fan, so there's a lot of these tracks where you probably might not like as much as I do, but I just have so much fond, unconditional memories to it. I just can't help but love. Run is a fucking banger still. Gimme Love is fun. Sanctuary is fucking great still. And there's still a bunch of, you know, besides the heavy emotional balladry, there is fun, jumpy tracks like Nitrous, 777. I guess you're a man too, but yeah, it's just really great stuff. And I think so far, you know, as someone who does need to re-listen to Ballads 1, I think this is a very strong showcasing from Joji. I don't think it's a perfect album. There are 18 tracks on here, and, you know, I feel like some could have been left for, like, I don't know, maybe bonus B-sides or whatnot if Joji ever did a Nectar Deluxe edition. But yeah, a lot of strong songs end up on this album, and a lot of songs that I fucking love dearly. I guess you could say this might be one of Joji's strongest projects so far, but you gotta remember, he really started all of this stuff in like 2016, 2017, so technically there's a lot of Joji left for us. Who knows? I really hope that Piss in the Wind blows like his latest project out of the water, because Smithereens was just a very small, fleeting project that had like a couple of really top tier Joji songs. But who knows how Piss in the Wind will end up. You know, Pixelated Kisses is not the same as Past Won't Leave My Bed, and that's a very nice trait to have when it comes to albums, I feel like. But yeah, I will say Nectar does run pretty long in comparison to Ballads 1. As you can see, it's only 35 minutes with like 6 last tracks, but yeah. I guess it's up to you to decide whether if these two albums are his best work. Hell, you might even think his In Tongues EP clears both. Who knows? But okay, so first of all, after listening to Nectar, I fucking love it. Still 5 years later, I think it's a very strong showcase of songs. Some of Joji's best songs end up on there, and I hope his new album Piss in the Wind, holy fuck, 21 tracks, holy shit. Okay, well then, okay, yeah, I guess we'll see how this album goes and see if it is another decent, strong album from Joji. I guess we'll see once February rolls around, praying that nothing gets delayed or another pandemic comes, so we shall see. Nectar. God. Very nice seeing you again after all these years. And thankfully Joji is still around, doing his music stuff. God knows what happened with his 88 Rising debacle. God knows how he's feeling now. Hopefully he's healthy and happy, or I don't know about happy, considering Past Won't Leave My Bed. Anyway, yeah. I think it's a very good album. Very good album, for sure. 2020 highlight for me. Alright, yeah. I think that's all of the praises I need to give this album. So, with that being said, Thank you for watching a Joji video in the books. This is my first Joji video, I think. That, like, Anyway. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Watch my non-Joji videos if you want to. Watch my other music videos if you want to, I guess. Yeah, I have a couple more 2020 albums that I want to listen to before the year ends, so we're just rolling. And Joji fans, let me know what you thought of Nectar. Let me know what you thought of his other works. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think Piss in the Wind is gonna be like, because it's gonna be a very fun time once it rolls around, hopefully. I don't know. I just love Joji. I love richbrian too. Love to the 88 talent. Hopefully the management is gonna be better as time goes on, but I guess we'll know sometime in the future, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, shout out to Joji, and rest in peace, Frank. Oh!